Hi there, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name is Save with Crypto. Now, for anybody who's been following the channel for any length of time, you'll probably know that I got involved quite heavily with Zoid Pay, the Zoid Pay team, the whole ecosystem, and I bought a lot of Zoid Pay tokens. Now, I thought I was being really clever buying the tokens at around like 12 cents. And now they're down to like, 0.003. It did go below that. It has been as low as 0.001 and even down to about 0.007, I think it was at some point. So pretty much from the all-time high of about $1, it has lost, 99.8% of its value. Now, I don't want to talk too much about the actual company and what went wrong along the way, but there were mistakes. The company admit that, and they want to kind of like relaunch everything, including the app. Also, do a swap from Zoid Pay to another token for a couple of reasons. One is just a fresh start, and another one is completely revised tokenomics and model for how it's all going to work. And that's just what I want to talk about at the moment. The ticker is ZPAY, or if you're British like me, ZPAY. And it's no secret now that the Zoid Pay token is going to move from the Multiverse X blockchain to Solana. Okay, the idea being that on Solana, you're going to have a lot bigger audience. And to be honest, like meme coins do well on Solana. So something with an actual utility should do pretty well, I think. Anyway, just for that reason alone. Now, within the Zoid Pay ecosystem, I have been a shopping pool owner. Now, a shopping pool is like a kind of node. Although it hasn't worked out the way we hoped it would work, it does now put me in a position where I'm slightly more privileged than everybody else, in that I get access to information before anybody else, and I get to be involved with discussions about subjects like the tokenomics. Now, Zoid Pay is moving from the old site of zoidpay.com to this new one, which is called anotherapp.io. Okay, and the token is going to change from being Zoid Pay to being called Another. I'm not actually a fan of most of the words they've chosen for this and things like the tagline there, but anyway, the website's there. If you go to download here, by the way, it does take you to the Google Play Store. Now, that app isn't actually working properly at the moment because the KYC provider isn't quite set up yet. But the real problem at the moment is it's not on the Apple iOS. And I know that's been a problem to try and get it on there for the last couple of years. Now, I believe they are getting somewhere with this, so hopefully we should have a working app on the Google Play Store soon. And hopefully we'll also see it on the App Store in the next few months. So who am I making this video for? Well, if you own Zoid Pay, I'm making this for you because you're in the same situation as me. If you don't own Zoid Pay, then you might be interested in maybe getting some now for when it swaps over to the Another token, which I think, by the way, is called Other. As I say, I'm not a fan of the words they've chosen. Or it might be the sort of thing where you're interested in getting Other when it comes out, if you're looking for something that has the potential to become much bigger. Okay, so what will the app be? Well, the app will be a kind of like a non-custodial wallet with like a virtual card, and I believe there will be physical cards at some point as well. As well as that, you should be able to like send and receive money with IBANs, and I believe in the initial stages it will all be in euros. There won't be any dollars or pounds involved at the moment. So I'm guessing they're looking at more of a European audience. Now, in the past year or so, shopping pool owners got relabeled as banking validators, or BVs, and yesterday we did get access to the new tokenomics. Now, I can't talk about anything specific in the tokenomics at all, but what I will share is a summary that I created with Perplexity that I'm hoping doesn't give away too many details, but hopefully gives you enough information to decide if the tokenomics are going to be good. So all I did was I put the document into the Comet browser and I said to Perplexity, is this a good model for a fintech application? So let's read the summary. So it says, this model represents a modern tokenomics framework for a fintech application that moves from classic inflationary staking to non-inflationary activity-driven system. Here's a summary of its strengths and considerations based on industry standards. Strengths: no inflation. All rewards come from predefined reward pool with a fixed token supply, avoiding dilution and long-term sell pressure. Rewards tied to usage. Incentives are based on actual user engagement, payments, transfers, IBAN activity instead of passive holding, fostering genuine ecosystem growth and utility. Deep liquidity planning. Substantial allocation is set aside for liquidity provision and market making, aiming for low slippage and a smooth trading experience. Non-custodial locks. Users retain direct control of assets during lock periods, reducing custodial risk. Flexible participation. Multiple lockup durations offer participants choice with higher rewards for longer commitments. Fair and transparent allocation. Public and private sale terms are equivalent, preventing unfair advantages, and unclaimed allocations are burned or redistributed to engaged community members. Regulatory alignment. Rewards are delivered in stablecoins through licensed EMI exchange partners, and the framework is designed to avoid investment or profit-linked claims, aligning with evolving compliance requirements. Gradually adjusting rewards. Distribution percentages start higher to jumpstart the ecosystem engagement and adjust to a sustainable baseline, balancing early growth with long-term viability. Considerations and risks. Sustainability of rewards. Long-term reward sustainability depends on continued user engagement and actual transaction volumes. Complexity. Some participants may find the multiple tiers and dynamic reward calculations confusing at first. Adoption dependency. The model works best if the app achieves broad adoption. Otherwise, reward value and token demand could stagnate. No direct profit share. Engagement rewards are not tied to company revenue or profits, which may be a trade-off for some investors who seek revenue-based returns. Now, in Perplexity, I did ask, is this a similar model to any other fintech apps that are currently on the market? And the answer was yes, this model is quite similar to some new fintech and crypto apps on the market in 2025, but with unique features. Here are key similarities where your model stands out. So it talks about one called TapZ. I've never heard of this. TapZ is a tokenized platform with a fixed supply of tokens, structuring, vesting, and a focus on sustainability. TapZ rewards users primarily from activity-driven prize pools rather than ongoing emissions, aiming to avoid inflation, a feature similar to your model's use of a fixed reward pool and activity-based distribution. Okay. Maxi Doge, also never heard of this either. Another example from staking, Maxi Doge uses a fixed supply with tiered staking APYs and ties rewards to actual network activity and participation rather than endless inflation, which aligns with your framework for connecting rewards to real user engagement and maintaining sustainable allocation. Okay. Popular mechanics in fintech apps. Apps like Revolut, Monobank and Cake use gamified activity-based rewards, points, streaks, tiered incentives for completing payments, transfers, savings or account activity, very similar to your engagement-based model. Cashback systems and reward tiers are common. So tokenomic trends in 2025, fixed supply and burn mechanisms to fight inflation, rewarding long-term participation through lockups or vesting, public incentives replacing private VC dominance, regulatory alignment and KYC requirements for compliance, non-custodial flexible participation options for users. Okay. Unique aspects of your model. Now, this is good. Combining non-custodial locks, so the user keeps asset control, with transparent activity-driven rewards is still rare but increasingly popular. Structuring rewards via licensed EMI exchange partners in stablecoins and establishing a system without profit share or investment guarantees makes it especially regulatory friendly. Your model employs leading-edge tokenomics and incentive mechanisms now seen in some successful crypto and fintech apps, notably Tapsy and Maxi Doge, and adopts gamification strategies proven in apps like Revolut and Monobank. Its focus on non-inflationary, activity-driven and regulatory-aligned reward structures sets it apart as very current and competitive in today's fintech landscape. So what has this done for the Zoid Pay price? Well, it's been interesting really, because during this year, 2025, the price has come down lots and lots. Sentiment got really, really low, and it did hit a all-time low there of less than I thought, actually, $0.00023 dollars. Now, since this all-time low here on August the 7th, the price has risen as much as 2,600%, which is quite phenomenal, isn't it? And this is without any products being available to the public. This is just with some rumours and discussions about the tokenomics. And obviously now we do have the tokenomics for a few people to look at. If we zoom out to the monthly time frame, you can see that that increase over the last few days is minuscule. Even if we just get back to the level we were at when I had Edward on the show back in January 2023, that is pretty much a 3,000% increase to there. So none of this is financial advice, but all I'm saying is if you were looking for something that has a real product and business behind it and isn't just a meme coin, but something that could quite easily do a few more 1,000% increase in value, it might be worth looking at Zoid Pay, or wait until it becomes the other token and wait until it moves to the Solana chain. But will it have increased in value by then? Hard to say, isn't it? I do think if this works out the way I want it to, it is going to be one of the best crypto comeback stories ever. I really do. Now, I know I'm going to get very mixed comments down below, but I would love to hear all comments, good and bad. I just want to know. So please do let me know what you think down below. At the moment, the only place you can really buy Zoid Pay is Kucoin. If you want to use my referral link, please do. It's savewithcrypto.org/Kucoin. I can't remember exactly what that gets you, but I believe it was quite good, and it's more than you get if you just go straight to Kucoin. So do check it out. Right, so a bit of a different video, that one. If you enjoyed that, please do give the video a great big fat like. Make sure you are subscribed and you've got the notifications set on all. Any questions, leave them in the comments down below. And above all, tell your friends.
Thank you.